Queen's land. This isn't your land. Even though we all know that this isn't their land either, they stole it from other people. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 59. 59:15. Just give me a moment and bear with me. Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Most High saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Because there was no judgment in this kingdom. You know, if you're watching the news and what's going on with the news, you have scientists who have been to university and studied particular subjects for years on end. And when they're telling you that these COVID masks actually restrict your breathing, you know, you're having these so-called politicians who don't know anything about science telling them we're not interested in anything you have to say because we're politicians and we make the laws. We don't care about what's right, we don't care about what's true, because, you know, as the elder said, science is to know for a fact. But these people just give you their opinions and tell you you're supposed to follow their opinions, even though their opinions is not based on anything that has any merit. And we all know these COVID masks are not doing anything for you but suffocating you and actually stopping you from breathing to, you know, to the proper way you're actually supposed to breathe. It actually restricts your breathing. Because you know, the elder was talking about how they've done tests, and when you have on the mask, it actually lowers your oxygen levels. So you're just basically breathing in your own carbon dioxide and CO2, which is carbon dioxide, you know. But these people still wear their masks. I'm on the way here, I'm seeing people in cars and they got masks in their own cars. I mean, you got to be a complete pussy to be wearing a mask in your own car. Where are you gonna catch COVID from? Yourself? If you don't have it, how are you gonna catch it from yourself? These people are scared of their own damn shadows because they don't research anything. They don't read. And when you're trying to do right, all you have people do is look at you sideways. At the end of the day, this kingdom isn't built on righteousness. I was really, is it Jonah? Damn, and I was talking about Jonah earlier, and just gonna get a few excerpts for this. You know, Jonah is only it's like a chapter long. You know, and I'm going to start here in Jonah 1. Now the word of the Lord, Most High Yahawah, came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. So the Lord was like, you go out there and you preach on the highways and byways, and Jonah was like, you know, fuck that, man. I'm not with that, because he wasn't trying to make himself a spectacle. People will look at you and think you're one giant weirdo, and these are the same fools who spend their whole life paying for somebody else's mortgage, get up every damn day, to go work for a job that couldn't care less about them if they even still have a job. But they'll be looking at you like a weirdo because you want to live correctly by the Lord's law. You know, so you know. Jonah just went to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof. He paid to go there and went down into it to go with them onto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. But the Lord Yahawah sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So the Lord just started smashing up the ship that he was in. Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God, because he was with a bunch of heathens. They probably, you know, worship Ganesh or whatever, and cast forth the waves that were in the ship into the sea. So they were trying to appease the gods to stop smashing them with the wind, to lighten it off them. But Jonah was gone down into the side of the ship, and he lay and he was fast asleep. So Jonah was sleeping. He weren't trying to deal with all that. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy God. So everybody's calling to their God. You call to your God, because we need this to stop. If so be that God will think upon us, that we perish not. they said, everyone to his fellow come, let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. So it was pretty clear that he was responsible for, them being attacked by the wind. Then said they unto him, tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us? What is thine occupation, and whence comest thou? What is thy country, and of what people art thou? And he saith unto them, and he said unto them, I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Lord Yahawah, the God of heaven, which have made the sea and the dry land. Because these people think they came out of the primordial ooze, and they went from reptiles to mammals. I don't even know how it works. What they say makes absolutely no sense. You started off as an amoeba, then you evolved into another life form, then you evolved into another life form, and that's what they call evolution. I had somebody ask me, you're talking about the Lord, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And I said, the Lord made a chicken, and the chicken gave birth to the egg. Then he just looked at me confounded, because he didn't know what to say to me, because you believe in these people, in their science and their so-called mysteries, and these people don't know a goddamn thing. Because if they knew a thing, they knew anything, they know how to run their kingdom, but they don't know how to run their kingdom. They run it on a debt-based fiat currency, which is your country goes to the IMF and the World Bank, and they borrow money off them, and they get you to work, and then they tax you, and they use your taxes to pay back the interest. But the money originally came from them in the first place, so you're never going to be able to pay off the interest. If I own an apple tree and I loan you an apple, and I tell you I need 2 apples back as repayment, the only way for you to pay me back them apples is to go and rob somebody else with apples. But there's always going to be a deficit, because you own all the apple trees on the island. Now these people own all the money, so how are you supposed to pay back anything? These people don't have an understanding of the financial system. They don't understand how marriage is supposed to work. They don't understand common courtesy. They don't understand anything. So it seems weird that people go out on the highways and preach, the word of the Lord. It completely confounds these people, because everything that they do is backwards. They have no sense. They're completely out of their minds. They live filthy in every single way. It's filthy, physically, spiritually, mentally. Everything about them is completely dirty and disgusting. And they don't want to clean themselves up and get right with the Lord. So the Lord's going to burn them with fire, because he already told them that I'm not going to flood the world again. And he set up the rainbow as a sign and a covenant between him and man, that he wouldn't flood the earth again. And what these people do is they take the rainbow and they turn it into an LGBT flag, and then run around Pride Month talking about everyone is free, do what I will, I can do whatever, I'm not harming people, we're all the same. If I can give birth to a child, I lay with a woman and I give birth to a child, and I create a child, and you can't do that, how are me and you the same? That don't make no goddamn sense. Clearly I have more value than you if I'm able to create something and you can't. But in these people's heads, we're all the friggin' same. We're not all the same. There's an order to things, and people don't understand order because they like anarchy. They have a whole bunch of heathens and retarded people over them, and they think it's fine for you to follow suit. I'm gonna carry on with Jonah here. I'm gonna start at 110. Then were the men exceedingly afraid, and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the man knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord, because he had told him. So he was like, yo, I'm on this ship because the Lord told me to go to Nineveh and preach of their destruction, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get out of here. And it was like, this guy's mad. You need to get him off the ship. Then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea water was tempestuous. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me into the sea, so shall the sea be calm unto you. For I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land. So they weren't, to their credit, they weren't trying to throw him off. They was like, let's just try to get to land instead of throwing this guy into the sea. But it wouldn't work. Wherefore they cried unto the Lord and said, we beseech thee, O Lord, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, but thou, O Lord, hast done it as it pleased thee. So they took Jonas, they was like, this ain't gonna work, screw it. They took up Jonas and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging. Then a maid feared the Lord exceedingly, and offered a sacrifice unto the Lord, and made vows. No, I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. But basically, when you try to run from the Lord, you're going to have a curse placed upon you. You're not going to be able to escape from the Lord. And would you rather go out on the highways and byways and preach and make yourself a prey and a laughing stock and a spectacle to all men? Or would you rather get played by the Lord? As it says, I'm going to quote the scripture off my head. I don't know it verbatim, but what is it? It's not fear the Lord. It's forsaken me. But we're making ourselves a spectacle because we fear the Lord. We don't fear man. We don't care what man can do, because we know that the Most High can kill the body and the spirit. That's the scripture. He can kill the body and the spirit, but all man can do is kill you. So all they can do to me is kill me physically. They can't kill me physically and spiritually. So what do I have to fear from these people? These people can't do a goddamn thing to me. They already have me in hell. They already have me waking up early in the morning, being tired off my ass, having to go work, to be disrespected by a bunch of idiots who are too lazy to do anything to any type of level. And then when they see your hard work, they want to put more stuff on you. And that's the thing with Jay. You need to realize where you are. The harder you work, the more they want to make you work, until you get pissed off and you don't want to work no more. Yeah, I'm making myself a spectacle. I see the Jake looking at me, and you just turn away. You don't want to hear this word. Ain't no one want to hear this word. Everybody want to get money because they think that's going to save them. So you'll know richest profit not in the day of wrath. So when things really get bad, don't matter how rich you are. You could be a damn near billionaire. You could still get so-called COVID. That's absolute bullcrap. We all know that we have to follow our master, and Yahawashi is our master. He came on the highways and byways and made a spectacle of himself, and no servant is higher than his master. So if he did that, in good jest, we have to follow suit and do the same thing. Because at the end of the day, I do want my crown, but more than that, I fear the Lord. Which is why I said to the Lord, I fasted and I prayed. And I said, if you want to go on the highways and byways, you sort me out a job, you get me a garment, and I go on the highways and byways. Then I got the job, and I was on one of the elders' wife fees, and I said, can I go on the highways and byways without a garment? And a woman on there said, she makes garments.